Welcome to Double Talk. My name is Mark Steffen.
And I'm Michael Mandel, and you're actually watching a TV show that should have been Amaro Lemon and Lime, because today we're tasting two Amaros. One we just got recently, and I was drinking this in Italy. And this is the standard Amaro in Italy, Montenegro. Every place you go has Montenegro. It has nothing to do with Negronis. It's just Montenegro. And Toscana is one that I've had for a while, and it's pretty good. So we're going to start with this. This is a 30% alcohol Amaro, and we talked about Amaro before. It's the bitters, which is like a sweet vermouth, but a bitters.
And it's got a higher alcohol content than vermouth, doesn't it?
No, this one has.
Is wine. And
it's the same thing. This is Montenegro has 24% alcohol, and most vermouths are about 23%.
Okay.
So it's not that much more.
But this has high herbal content.
It
doesn't taste anything
includes,
like sweet vermouth at all.
No, it includes certain bitters like maybe a little gentian, but probably wormwood, and what are the other bitters? There's other bitter stuff.
Vinegar.
Oh, quinquina, which is from it's a quinine root.
The quinine family of bitters.
Yes, so we're going to try, what we're going to do is
compare straight,
and then Mark decided this morning, he said, why don't we do it with lime?
Little squeeze of lime. Who knows what? It'll cut the sweetness.
We have different ideas. I did that beer thing with vodka because somebody said to me, what happens if you put vodka in beer? How does that make it?
Depends on the beer and the vodka, doesn't it?
It did, and one of them worked, and that was pretty good. And last week we did our friends the Cothons, Violet and Ron, said, did you ever have a breakfast martini? So we tried breakfast martinis last week, and that was very successful.
We'll taste anything on this show.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. We got it.
Well, we have a shot here.
Interesting. Cheers.
So
your finger touched the lip part. So this is Toscana Amaro.
Toscana de Amaro. It's much better on the rocks, I think.
This is how people spend their afternoons in Italy.
Just sipping Amaro.
Just sitting Amaro on the rocks
outside,
and maybe throwing a little water in.
Al fresco.
I think we'll try your first impulse, which was to do the lime.
A little squeeze of lime. It's a good idea. You do yours, I'll do mine.
Okay. Kids, you can do this at home. Just tell your parents, buy you some Amaro.
Michael, these are the driest limes I've ever seen.
It is pretty dry, isn't
word.
It? God.
Come on, I'm going to need two of them.
What are you going to do for the next Amaro?
Oh, word.
You can't tell what they're going to be like. These are from Lowe's, so.
No wonder.
It smells good.
Okay, even though I could have used more, that helps it. I think it really does.
Yeah, it opens it up a little bit, I think. It makes it a little fresher, too. It gives it some brightness.
Cuts the sweetness, brightness.
Sweetness for an Amaro, which is supposed to be a little bitter. But it's a bittersweet liqueur,
that's
what it's known as.
Right. It's more sweet than bitter. Now,
okay,
speaking of bittersweet, coming up at the Las Cruces International Film Festival, it's going to be
bittersweet.
Because there's going to be comedies and dramas.
Oh, I thought because, we're sad that the White Sands Film Festival is out of business.
No, we're not sad. We're not sad. We're happy that the Las Cruces Film Festival took the place of the White Sands Film Festival.
It makes a lot more sense.
It's coming up next month. And we've been promoting it for the last 3 weeks now. And this week, we're
still promoting it.
We had an interview with Judd Wright, who was the artist that designed, created, and painted the poster. This year's poster for the film festival.
That's not the poster. No.
That's not the poster. That's the logo for the film festival. But this year's poster, and they have a new poster every year.
Yeah.
This year, the poster is on, and it really depicts the essence of low-budget filmmaking, which is what we see
in a
here.
good way. In a good way.
In a good way.
The essence is that it's...
That's what we have around here is low-budget filmmaking, and he captured it brilliantly, I think. So let's roll that in.
The idea of you're
low-budget
film guy. The idea of low budget means you do it with heart rather than throwing a lot of money at a problem.
That's right, and low budget. Nothing wrong with a low-budget film. And so anyway, this conversation I had with Judd took place at the rollout party for the poster at Glen Cutter Jewelers at a big party, film festival party. It was a big event. Let's roll that in and see what Judd has to say. Mark Steffen with the Las Cruces
there they
channel.
go.
We're here at the Las Cruces Film Festival poster revealing party, and I'm standing with the artist of the poster itself, Judd Wright. Judd, thanks for being on the show with us.
Thank you.
Now, looking at this poster here, it looks like it must have taken you quite a while to render it.
It took me about 2 months.
2 months using pastels.
Using pastels, I would work in the evening, because I have my printing company.
Yes.
My easel's in my office. So I would spend probably 2-3 hours a day after all the stress was done.
Right.
And then I would paint.
How long would you imagine it took?
It took me a couple of months total. I don't know total hours, it's hard to say, but yeah.
Now, what made you come up with this concept?
Well, when Ross Marks asked me to do the piece, it hit me right away what I wanted to do. Because he said, you can do whatever you want. And so I thought, film, my son does film, my whole family's in film, and they're artists and actors and so forth. And I said, I know exactly what I want to do. I want to do something that shows independent film in New Mexico. And so this is what I came up with. I did all the photography. I did use the, I took different people and set them up and took photographs. And then I went up and took the photograph of the sunset of the Rio Grande in northern New Mexico. And then I composited it, and then I put it to canvas.
What kind of camera is that there in the shot? Any idea?
No, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I relied on my son, who knows, and his Zach and his associates, his film buddies, and they said, "This is what you need to put in the picture, Dad." So they brought these things, and I photographed them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And so now copies of it, right behind you, are for sale.
Yes.
It's advertising the Las Cruces International Film Festival,
Right.
And so these posters will be all over town. People can buy them. They can have you sign them.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, support the film festival. This is the first year they've done this limited edition print, and it's to raise money for the festival.
Absolutely.
And I think they're going to do well with it. The limited edition prints there's only 300, and I think tonight they got rid of about 70. So 70 people took prints tonight. So there's still some available.
Right, and there will be at the film festival, I'm sure.
Yes. I think they'll do them on Film Festival online and so forth, yeah.
And now this original, that's for sale too, is it not?
It is for sale, yes.
By auction, or how are you going to sell it?
Well, people can just contact me.
And highest bidder gets it?
Oh, whatever, yeah, sure. But, it's my artwork. I want it to be, when people look at it, I want them to feel something. So when I paint, I like to paint with feeling. So the passion has to come through. And it's like photography, it's like anything. And so I want people to look at this and just feel that passion,
Well, excellent. I think you did a good job with it, and we're going to be seeing it all over town. And I look forward to having a copy myself with your signature on the bottom of it. All right. Thanks, Judd, for joining us.
No, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you. Throw it back to the studio now. Yeah, thanks, Judd, for being on the show.
So you got a free poster from him?
Of course.
As an elected official, you're not allowed to accept gifts more than $25.
All right, then I resign from my elected official. Okay. Las Cruces Film Festival, that's next month. We'll be promoting it the whole time. And by the way, the Las Cruces channel are media sponsors for the festival.
Are we?
So we will be, that's the one reason we're a sponsor.
We're a channel.
We'll be there at the festival, we'll be all over the place. Keep watching us, because we'll be having
at least
news
you're seeing
and
some celebrities when you're watching us, right?
Yeah, so not just here on the channel, but on social media as well.
And Judd Wright is not only an artist, he's a businessman, because he owns Delvi Printing.
Delvi Printing, so he's a printer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's
very
active
talented
in the
guy.
community, too. He does a lot. He gives a lot back to the nonprofits. So he's a worthy guy to do this and to get some publicity.
Now, last week was Election Day, Michael. Did you vote?
When you say last week, you mean this most recent week? Because this is Saturday.
Oh,
that was Tuesday.
It was this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It seems so far away.
It does. 2 weeks ago, I went to a meeting where I was introduced to two of the people who were up for election, and both of them won. Do you want to read off who won?
It was the school board election.
Yes.
And so,
which actually in this town is pretty big.
well, Ray Jaramillo won. He was running unopposed. So what a shock that he won that one.
Well, if he lost, that would have been a shock.
Yes.
If you run
it really
unopposed,
would have been a shock.
nobody.
And then
Maria Flores.
Maria Flores won.
And she is she's the president of the school board. So it's good that she won. She was running against the woman from Ashley Furniture.
Yes, Wanda Bowman.
Wanda Bowman. And that was a good show for the party that is not supporting her, because this is a nonpartisan election. And the third one I might have mentioned it last time. Terry Dahlman.
Terry Dahlman won.
Turns out she was a former student. She was a good student, so I'm glad that she won.
She was running, and she had 3 other people she was running against.
So that's good.
Congratulations to
Congratulations,
the winners. I
all
hope
of
they
you.
do bid.
Cheers.
Unfortunately, they're faced with a $3.5 million deficit.
3.5 this year. They also have to add that on to the past year 3.5 deficit. You know, when you keep getting deficits, there's a little zero-sum thing that
Well, we say deficit. What we really mean
getting
is
less than they got last time.
That's how much less money the state is giving the Las Cruces School District.
So
yes,
they can't get much less.
Yeah.
So, but we have a new president, or we have a new Secretary of Education who is going to disband the Department of Education. So school boards are going to be the ruling people of their little
fiefdom.
fiefdom. That's a good word for it.
Now, speaking of elections,
Were we speaking of that?
the New Mexico Supreme Court has upheld the closed primary election scenario that we have in this state. In other words, if you don't belong to one of the 2 political cults, Democrat or Republican, you may not vote in the primaries. Unlike, say, other states like Vermont, where if you're an independent, you can vote. That's how Bernie Sanders became senator.
You characterize it as a cult, but in fact, it's somebody making a decision that they will eventually make anyway. And you usually make similar decisions every year, and most of your decisions fall under one category or another. And you can vote in other things, but if you are not willing to commit your ideas to the cult that you belong to, you could have been Green Party.
They can't vote in the primary either.
Because there's nobody running that's different.
You can be
We only have one
libertarian,
person.
but they can't vote. You can be a
Well, the
communist.
Libertarians and the Green Party, they only have one candidate. They only have, a focused number of topics that they take stands on, and they only go after that. The Democratic and Republican Party has been around since they were around, and most people fall into one or 2 of those thought patterns, mostly.
That's fine, but you shouldn't have to join one
You
of
can
those
be a
to
liberal
be able
or
to vote.
you could be you're not voting.
Yes, you are.
You're voting for 2
You're
people
right.
in your party.
You're right, you're not voting because they don't let you vote if you're a registered independent. That's New Mexico. Other states allow you to vote.
Is there a party called the Independent Party?
No.
Because you're independent.
You're an independent.
Right. What do they
Who
know what
needs
you're
to
going to
join?
do? Why would they care if you vote? Because you're not supporting
A lot of
their
people
party.
have bailed on the parties. In fact, there's more independent voters now than there are Democrats or Republicans. Not combined, but there's more independent voters than there are Republicans. There's more independent voters than there are Democrats.
That's because everybody's disillusioned with the system.
Absolutely. And this is one reason why.
But
So
you know what?
We're still forced to wait
It's
until
a
the
system.
general election to vote.
It's a system that seems to work. When
it
2
doesn't.
questions come, it's either yay or nay.
It doesn't work
yes or no.
if half the population can't vote.
If you had everybody having a third, or actually a 50%, like France has like 50 different parties.
Yes.
So it's really hard.
As
What
well
you're
they
doing
should
is,
be.
well, then you have to make little deals within your Congress or whatever to win. So what you're doing is you're catering to certain people's picayunes. And not that I would say you're a picayune about anything, but that might be what it's down to. Make up your mind. Who do you think is better in general? We're not asking. You don't have to be.
That's what we independents
there-
do, but we have to
there's-
wait till the general election
There
to
are
do it.
fiscally conservative Democrats. There are liberal Republicans, although after Nelson Rockefeller died, probably not as many. And there's different shades of gray. In fact, I believe, how many shades of gray are there?
Well, there's really
50?
no. There's only 49, but don't tell anybody.
Wow. Do we get rid of Hawaii?
So, if you've watched this show before, you notice that Mike and I usually agree about things. This is the one thing we don't agree about.
Yeah, which is good.
Only because he's registered in one of
It's
those
good.
parties.
Yes. We're going to take a look at the coyote thing now?
How many minutes do we have left?
None.
Was that 1 minute, did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we have 30 seconds, so we'll preview the coyote killing ban that we're out for. No killing of coyotes. No getting rid of immigrants who have been here for a long time and have established themselves. We'll talk about
Project
that
Coyote-
after the break.
We're premiering the Project Coyote film called Unfair Game, which will be shown right after this show.
Or possibly in the black space
For the entire month.
by our hand.
And
Let's take it away. Oh, no, that's this picture.
So, it's about coyote killing contests, which the state is trying to members in the legislation are trying to make illegal, these coyote killing contests.
Ecologically aligned
It's a disaster.
groups.
So, well, let's roll in that. In fact, we've got a trailer for it.
Oh, well,
Few Americans have ever heard of a practice called wildlife killing contests. This is a practice where predators, particularly coyotes, bobcats, foxes, even wolves, are targeted. The person who kills the most is awarded a gun, a belt buckle, a ribbon.
We're depleting the ecosystem of all the components that lead to a healthy ecosystem and a healthier environment for us to live in.
If we have to exterminate all the native species to ranch, then we probably shouldn't be ranching.
We have an idea of the integrity of nature. We ask people to be mindful of the relationship between humans and wild animals. Both have a job to do.
We're going to lose these beautiful animals, animals that have just as much right to be here as we do.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Burke, and I have a confession to make. I have a serious crush on my workout. Hip, fun, and always a challenge. Jazzercise is the total package. It's the only workout that I've ever truly loved. Does it show? That's because I'm in the best shape of my life. What a difference Jazzercise makes. When's the last time your workout swept you off your feet? Find a class near you at jazzercise.com.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors. When buying a car is always a celebration.
This happens to every waiter, but everyone agrees.
I got a good idea.
Yes,
What should we call it?
I know. Revenge of the Nerds. Yes. When should we have it? March 11th. 6 p.m. Las Cruces Convention Center. Nerds, 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 nerds.
Well, you saw the trailer for the
A number of things.
film festival, as well as the
Revenge of the Nerds.
Celebrity Waiter. The theme is Revenge of the Nerds. The Las Cruces channel has a table there. That's March 11th, 6 p.m.
And you can still volunteer to be either a nerd or a waiter or a combination of the two.
Tables are still available.
Do you think nerds and 50s, revival things are similar? Because that's when they all came out.
Well, there's never a lack of nerds.
That's good because somebody has to be able
If you
to
watch
add.
if you watch this show, you know a nerd when you see one.
Because they wear glasses?
Michael, yes, of course.
Yeah, but on the other
Where's
hand,
the tape in
on the
between?
other hand, I'm using black tape. You can't read without your little cheaters there.
My cheaters?
But if you could read, you'd see we're going to do the Monte Negro.
That I can read.
Yes. Luckily, they printed nice and big.
See, if I had the health insurance that I could afford, then I'd be able to have ophthalmology.
Well, you should work for a single payer.
Can that be nice?
Yeah.
See, this station provides no insurance for any of its employees.
No, nobody. I know. That's why, we're very careful how we play with knives.
Careful. Put an eye out with that.
And we try not to drink too much. We are now drinking Monte Negro.
We're going to sample it straight first.
The most common
herbal
Amaro in Italy.
Wow. It's quite a bit different flavored from this.
Yes, it's got a real amazing
Quite a different
punch
finish.
of flavors. I guess that's gentian and wormwood and the quinquina, the quinine. There's a little quinine. You taste a little quinine?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
I looked these up online. Montenegro, Amaro, Italiano.
You looked them up online?
No,
Or you're telling
I'm telling
these. Montenegro,
everybody.
you could probably get. Toucan used to sell this. I don't think they sell it anymore. They might still sell it.
How about Celebrate Liquors on Telshore? You know,
Oh yeah, I doubt it.
they've cut back big time on their wine
Yeah,
selection.
they cut back. No, that's not wine, but they don't sell too much Amaro. Amaro is a specialty, but it's getting a little bit of push, a little emphasis. There's a book that just came out on Amaros.
How about Kelly Liquors?
Kelly Liquors would probably have it.
They can probably get it for you if they don't have it.
That's true. But Toucan could do the same thing.
So you don't have to go all the way down to El
Specs.
Paso to Specs.
But if you go to Specs on a regular basis, what the heck? Pick it up.
Why not?
I would suggest either one of these, I think. And
They're both good in their
Yes.
own way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it now with a splash of lemon.
I'm going to do this one with lime since I think the lime worked better, and especially since there's absolutely no juice whatsoever. Don't buy this lime. This one was at Lowe's.
Lowe's has very bad limes. They hardly have any juice.
You know, I was there getting nails and a hammer at Lowe's and bought their lemons too.
Yeah, you went down the wrong aisle.
Oh, is that what happened?
Actually, Michael, this is quite good with the lemon.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
it is. Now, you know, Governor Martinez has been called a racist because she doesn't want to allow illegals from South and Central America to get driver's licenses. So a white fellow up in Santa Fe.
Bill McCamley? Who?
No.
You, see?
Santa Fe Mayor David Koss.
Nerd glasses.
Santa Fe Mayor David Koss told activists that Governor Susana Martinez is a racist.
Well, you know, if you want to keep certain people out because of their, it's not even a race. It's
It's not a race.
nationality.
And
in
she
a way.
herself is Hispanic.
Yes.
So,
But she's not from South America.
no, but she's of Mexican descent.
She's from North America or Central America. If
Paso.
we're going to say, well, probably
Her
prior to that,
parents
she's
were
Mexican.
Well, the border crossed her parents. Apparently, they didn't cross the border. The border crossed them. at
Me
one
too.
point.
Me too.
You?
Yeah, I was here during the Gadsden Purchase.
were
I
you?
thought I was solidly Hispanic.
Yes.
All of a sudden, I became an American.
Oh, one of those cryptos.
Yeah. I only found it out when I was circumcised.
Now, speaking of immigrants, you know
What's
the lady who was deported,
From Phoenix. Her name is, where's that piece of paper?
Guadalupe Garcia
Guadalupe something de Garcia.
Yes,
Where's that?
it's right here.
Oh, yeah. He's got his
Guadalupe
See?
Garcia de Reyes. She was deported after living here for 14 years. She has 2 children in the U.S.
Well, actually, she's been living here 22 years. She's 36 years old and was here when she was 14.
Yes.
She's been working, and 10 years ago, Sheriff Arpaio from Arizona arrested her. She was working under a forged Social Security number,
Right.
or somebody else's Social
Yeah,
Security number,
which is a felony.
which becomes a non-violent felony. And because of that, for the past 10 years, she's had to show up at ICE or whatever the institution was called then and sign in and sort of show that she's been clean since then. Sort of like, you know, people who are alcoholics and give it up, they can be clean. So she stopped doing it. She was a good citizen. In fact, what she was trying to do was work. I mean, that's why she got a forged Social Security number, because she was trying to work.
Right.
And that's what we want people to do.
But
and it's
now,
so
why was
difficult.
she suddenly deported?
She was suddenly deported because we think that the immigration protocol that Trump instilled into the country before this current ban of that immigration ban, we banned a ban. They decided that they would become proactive and take this woman who's lived here for 22 years, has 2 children who are both born here, which makes them like us, Americans.
Well, yes, it makes
I mean,
them
just because
dreamers.
just because you came here before the Civil War.
Right. She didn't break the law. It is a felony.
You broke the law.
And she's paying the price.
You never pay taxes.
So, you know, but she'll be back.
She's in Nogales, yes. They'll work that out.
Yes.
On the other hand, which Trump had nothing to say about this, right? I mean, he instigated, but he didn't have anything to say about it. But he did when somebody banned his daughter's clothing line from Nordstrom's,
Yes.
all he could do was tweet about it. You know, and they're wrong for keeping her out of the store. Are we running out of time here?
But you know what? The most famous immigrant that America has ever seen was
Who's
from
that?
France. That's the Statue of Liberty.
Yes, and she never had papers.
She stands holding a plaque welcoming immigrants to this country.
Where's she from?
France.
France.
She immigrated
We
from
let
there.
frogs into this country.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That's right.
Well, but she's still there. They didn't let her move.
Now the Bloomfield City Hall, you know, Bloomfield, New Mexico, it's near Farmington. They had a 10 Commandments plaque out in front of City Hall, which is illegal, of course, and they were finally forced to take it down.
And why is it illegal?
Well, because the church and state separation requires that to happen.
Because that's part of the church.
Now, what I don't understand is why Roswell, New Mexico City Hall still has a 10 Commandments plaque sitting up in front of it.
We'll get onto that next.
We are.
It's Roswell. It could have come from outer space. You don't know.
True. President's Day is next week.
It's coming week.
Now, which presidents are we talking?
The two presidents that it honors are the two presidents whose birthdays are nearby.
This will be Washington's birthday.
George Washington
Lincoln's
and
birthday.
Abraham Lincoln, who many consider the best presidents, or the Washington, because there was plenty of strife in this country when Washington was made president. But we overlook all that because it means nothing to us. And we all feel Lincoln did a major thing, which he finally ended slavery.
Lincoln Logs, I think it was a major
That was it,
contribution.
yes.
And of course, you know, the Bowling Alley Massacre, this is the anniversary of the Bowling Alley Massacre that happened.
Busy.
back
Oh, we're
in the
going to go
80s.
through all this really quick, huh?
And, you know, there's still a reward for these guys who've been dead for years.
We think.
They're never going to find them.
That's the same guy with a different artist drawing him.
Oh, it's
obviously.
Valentine's Day next week, too, you know, Michael.
This actual coming Tuesday is Valentine's Day.
coming up, yes.
And there is the clog dancing.
Now, Valentine's Day, you know, that's basically what men do for women, because women don't do much for men on Valentine's Day. And don't go out to eat on Valentine's Day. Go out the night before.
Jimmy Kimmel had men on telling what their wives got them for Valentine's Day.
Did
you see that?
No, I didn't see it. But
And none of them could remember. They would say the most they would say is, "She might have gotten me a card."
yeah, that's if you're lucky.
Well,
Anyway,
you know,
hearts
men,
for-
we take so much advantage of women. Apparently, you know, look at
I don't.
Senator Warren on the floor.
Right.
They made her sit down because she was talking, a woman reading something a woman wrote.
And then they let the men
And
get
then
up
they
there and
all
read the
said
same
it,
thing.
yeah. So obviously, we have to make it up to women every day of our lives,
By the way,
especially Valentine's Day.
By the way, Hearts for Paws is going on. You can donate pet food. We don't really have time
I think
to go
my
into
heart just
details of
paused.
that.
No.
Check with Heart for Paws. Professor Irwin Corey, rest in peace. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
He's America's foremost authority.
Everything. I guess he died. I didn't even read about that.
He died this week. yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, and Alice Turno. This is the final weekend for Alice Turno.
And you're finally going to see it tomorrow?
Tonight and a Sunday matinee. And then it's over. I hear it's
And
great.
then it's over. And tonight,
So are we.
Tonight is the festival for the Las Cruces Symphony Association at the Farm and Ranch Museum.
Also at the Rio Grande Theater.
That guy.
Chris Wagner does Neil Diamond.
Yes.
So,
Thanks for making us gain weight and get shorter. We look so much better this way. We're melting. We're melting.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.